The March PlayStation Plus Extra and Premium tier games have just been announced, with a mixed martial arts game, a side-scrolling action-adventure game, and a unique anime twist to soccer. There is an eclectic mix for all types of players this month. The following games will be available to play from Tuesday the 18th of March from around midday local time. Drop me a like, subscribe, and let's open the vault to look at the 12 games added to the catalog this month. So we begin with UFC 5, the latest installment in EA Sports' mixed martial arts fighting series. It allows players to step into the octagon as real-life UFC fighters or custom-created characters, competing in intense one-on-one battles. The game focuses on realistic combat, using advanced physics, motion capture, and a new damage system to simulate the brutality of MMA fights. Players can engage in various modes, including career mode, online multiplayer, and quick fights, experiencing the journey of a fighter from a rookie to a UFC champion. Designed exclusively for next-gen consoles, the game delivers stunningly realistic visuals, enhanced character models, and fluid animations that bring the intensity of the octagon to life. UFC 5 excels in its realism, offering incredible graphical fidelity and more lifelike fighter movements than ever before. The revamped career mode and online options also provide more replayability. However, some players have criticized the game for its microtransactions, which can make unlocking content feel grindy if you want to avoid these. Despite this, UFC 5 has been generally well received, with fans appreciating the advancements in presentation and immersion, with a favorable Metacritic score of 78. Next up, we have The Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown, which follows the story of Sargon, a skilled warrior and member of the elite group known as the Immortals. Tasked with rescuing Prince Ghassan, who has mysteriously vanished, Sargon ventures into the cursed city of Mount Kaf, a mystical place filled with ancient secrets, time-warping abilities, and supernatural enemies. The narrative blends Persian mythology with modern storytelling, offering twists, betrayals, and an emotional journey for both Sargon and the player. The game features fast-paced, Metroidvania-style platforming and combat, where Sargon wields acrobatic skills, time-based powers, and a variety of weapons to fight enemies and solve puzzles. The exploration is non-linear, encouraging players to backtrack with new abilities to access hidden areas. One of its biggest strengths is the fluid combat with responsive controls and stylish animations that make battles feel dynamic and engaging. Although some have found the platforming sections to be frustrating at times, The Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown has been well received for its fresh take on the franchise, with a strong Metacritic score of 86. For something a little unique, check out Captain Tsubasa, Rise of New Champions, an anime-inspired soccer game based on the beloved Captain Tsubasa series. The game features two main story modes: Episode Tsubasa, which follows Tsubasa's journey through the National Middle School Tournament, and Episode New Hero, where players create their own custom character and carve out their own path to greatness. The game blends arcade-style soccer with over-the-top anime action, featuring special shots, cinematic cutscenes, and fast-paced gameplay. Unlike traditional football simulators, Rise of New Champions emphasizes flashy skills, dramatic goals, and unique character abilities. The RPG-style progression in Episode New Hero allows players to develop their own character and interact with legendary players. The vibrant anime visuals and fun, exaggerated gameplay is a standout feature of the game, but the occasional issues and clunky controls during online matches brings the game's Metacritic score down to a mixed 69. For a single-player action game this month, check out Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation Code Fairy. Set in the Universal Century timeline, the game follows Alma Sterner, a rookie pilot and member of the all-female Zeon Special Forces unit, Noisy Fairy. As she and her squad fight for Zeon's cause, they encounter moral dilemmas, rivalries, and the harsh realities of war, blending intense battles with a character-driven narrative. The game aims to provide a fresh perspective on the Gundam universe, highlighting the emotional toll of war from the Zeon side. The game plays similarly to Mobile Suit Gundam Battle Operation 2, featuring tactical third-person mech combat combat with a mix of ranged and melee attacks. Players must manage boost gauges, positioning, and teamwork to succeed in battles. The game's strengths lie in its engaging story, anime-style cutscenes, and deep character development, which add emotional weight to the missions. Although some players felt that the game's episodic release model made it feel fragmented, Code Fairy has still been well received by Gundam fans, with an average Metacritic score of 66. Arcade Paradise follows the story of Ashley, a rebellious young adult who is given the responsibility of managing a rundown laundromat by their strict father. Ashley has bigger dreams and discovers that the real potential of the business lies in a few old arcade machines tucked away in the back. Determined to transform the dull laundromat into a thriving arcade, Ashley gradually reinvests profits into expanding the game selection, attracting more customers, and building the ultimate gaming paradise. The strengths of Arcade Paradise lie in its satisfying progression system, nostalgic 90s aesthetic, and the sheer variety of mini-games. Players love the blend of management and hands-on gameplay, making it feel both strategic and fun. A game you could mindlessly pour hours into. Although there are some repetitive chores in the early game, which gives the game a slow start before unlocking more arcade machines, Arcade Paradise is widely praised for its unique concept and addictive gameplay, with a mixed Metacritic score of 73. PlayStation Plus members on the premium tier will also be able to play Arcade Paradise in VR, which will be added to the catalog on the same day. For a lighthearted, action-packed 3D platformer, check out Bang on Balls Chronicles. In this game, players take on the role of customizable, bouncy, spherical characters inspired by different historical and pop culture themes. The game doesn't follow a traditional narrative, but instead lets players explore expansive, semi-open world levels based on various historical settings, such as Viking raids, the space race, and samurai-era Japan. Each level is filled with humor, hidden secrets, and challenges, encouraging players to embark on chaotic adventures, uncovering new surprises along the way. The gameplay features fast-paced platforming, destructible environments, and a mix of combat and exploration. The game's engaging co-op mode and goofy charm has earned it a favorable Metacritic score of 86. You Suck at Parking doesn't follow a traditional storyline, but presents a humorous and over-the-top premise where players must prove their parking skills in increasingly absurd and challenging environments. The game takes a lighthearted approach, treating parking as an extreme sport where precision, speed, and strategy are key. With no deep narrative, the fun comes from the escalating difficulty and the ridiculousness of trying to park under impossible conditions, often filled with obstacles, hazards, and physics-based mayhem. Although this can be frustrating at times, and the controls can feel unforgiving, this is still an original fun game, with a Metacritic score of 74.
Kate! You gotta go find that girl, alright?
I'm gonna find out who she was, just like I promised you.
For those that love a narrative-driven adventure, you can enjoy Syberia, The World Before. The game intertwines the stories of two protagonists, Kate Walker and Dana Rose, across different time periods. As the game progresses, their stories gradually connect, revealing a deeply emotional and beautifully crafted tale of mystery, identity, and survival, enriched by a haunting musical score. The game follows a classic point-and-click adventure format featuring exploration, environmental puzzles, and narrative choices that drive the story forward. Players switch between Kate and Dana, experiencing both timelines while solving intricate puzzles and uncovering clues. Although this is a slower-paced game, the compelling storytelling, orchestrated soundtrack, and artistic direction makes this a cinematic experience for longtime fans and newcomers to the franchise, with a favorable Metacritic score of 81. Moving on to the premium tier, we have 4 new games added. As we mentioned before, Arcade Paradise VR follows the same storyline as the original game, placing players in the shoes of Ashley, a young adult managing a rundown laundromat while transforming the business by secretly expanding the arcade machines in the back room. The VR adaptation enhances this journey by fully immersing players in the nostalgic 90s setting, making the transformation of the arcade feel even more personal and hands-on. Players physically interact with their environment, performing daily chores like collecting coins, unclogging toilets, and fixing machines while also playing the arcade games themselves. The VR experience makes tasks feel more engaging, with fully immersive controls for both the management aspects and the minigames, with a Metacritic score of 75. The original Armored Core trilogy, Armored Core, Project Phantasma, and Master of Arena, forms the foundation of the Armored Core series, and will be available this month. The series introduces players to a dystopian world where massive corporations control society, and mercenaries known as Ravens pilot highly customizable mechs in high-stakes combat. The first game establishes the core mechanics, emphasizing mission-based gameplay, deep mech customization, and a gritty narrative of corporate warfare. Project Phantasma builds upon this with an expanded story involving a secret underground facility and introduces the Arena mode, where players face ranked opponents in one-on-one battles. Master of Arena further refines this formula, shifting focus toward the Arena system, allowing for AI mech training and a structured competition where players aim to defeat the elusive Doomsday organization. Together, these PS1 classic games set the stage for the franchise's signature blend of fast-paced combat, strategic customization, and a bleak, corporate-controlled future. It is that part of the video where we look at the games leaving the catalog. This month we have 10 games leaving, which are Monster Energy Supercross, Resident Evil 3, Dragon Ball Z, the Ace Attorney Trilogy, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Life is Strange True Colors, Life is Strange 2, Final Fantasy Type 0, Street Fighter V, and Mortal Kombat 11. You have until March 18th to play these games. So that is all the PS Plus Extra and Premium games we can expect for March. What do you think of these? What are you looking forward to playing? Let me know your top picks in the comments below and hit subscribe for more gaming news.